Alright, so I'm adamant about making this video because it's my worst fear, but 2 weeks ago I made a video about the movie Signs and how that traumatized me and my friend and what it led to for us to do after seeing that movie, and that video popped off. It got a lot of views being 300. On this channel, that's a lot of views, so, but I'm putting myself through this because why the hell not? It'll maybe get views. I don't know. Maybe it'll flop. Maybe it'll get like 5 views. I don't know. But I'm gonna show you a clip from this movie, and I'm gonna talk about it afterwards.
Honey? What's wrong?
Mom. Who's that?
Yep, that movie, that scene traumatized me way more than Signs ever could have. That is my worst fear is the nun, and like it is just awful. I saw that movie when I was 18, and I didn't even see the movie intentionally. My mom was watching it. It was when I was in high school, and she called me down the stairs because she wanted to show me something in the movie, and the something she wanted to show me was that because she thought she saw that character in another movie. I don't know what movie, but she called me down. She's like, "Hey Ryan, who's this from?" I came down the stairs and she paused it, and she showed me it. And from that day on, I was terrified. And so she's terrifying in that movie. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. I went and saw her actual movie, her individual movie from 2018, The Nun. I saw it with my ex-girlfriend, her friend, and then her boyfriend, and then my friend and his girlfriend. We all went as a group. I saw it. That movie, she was not as scary in that movie as she was in The Conjuring 2. And I don't know why. Like, they should, like, in The Conjuring 2, she has the element of, surprise. Like, all this, every time she shows up, you don't know she's gonna show up. But in the Nun movie, she shows up all the time. Like, I was actually covering my eyes at the beginning of the movie. Like, I was sitting there, like, covering my eyes. And then by, I don't know, 3/4 of the movie, I was able to uncover it. I was able to uncover my eyes because I was desensitized. I'm still terrified of her. Like, I still check like my closet and whatnot every now and then. I'm actually looking right now because I'm scared actually after watching that, because I haven't watched that scene in years. So, but I thought it'd be fun to do a video on this because I did a video on the movie Signs, and why not on my worst fear? So, yeah. Her, like, the nun in her own movie was like less scary, and it was the fact that the nun had some really weird plot holes in it that were like, they obviously, when they were in the writing room making that movie, they were just like, hey, just give us whatever you got. People don't even care. It's a scary movie. They just care about the scares, which could be mostly true, but it's the idea of how she comes onto, like, gets through from hell to earth, and the whole thing is like she comes through this portal. Now, to open the portal, you have to do a spell. The portal cannot be opened any other way. But then, like, literally like 10 minutes later, they're like, well, how'd the portal get open? Now, keep in mind, The Nun takes place shortly after World War II. It takes place in 1952. And they're like, oh, the portal opened because during World War II, the Germans dropped bombs on this church, and it ruptured the earth and opened the portal. So that was, like, the biggest plot hole that, like, I was sitting there, my friends and I would talk about it. Like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. So, it's just, there were a bunch of other plot holes in that movie, but it's just, that's not my big thing. My big thing is, like, she was scary in The Conjuring 2. I cannot watch The Conjuring 2 at all. I can't, I mean, when I showed you that clip, I looked away from my computer as it played. I literally looked away from my computer. So, but I still to this day get absolutely terrified. Now, after we got back from the movie, like, we were over in a few towns over, so it's like an hour drive home. And the whole time we're in the car, we are just, like, belittling that movie. We're just like, oh, it's a god-awful movie. I'm sitting there acting all big and bad. I'm like, oh, this movie wasn't scary at all. Considering I spent literally the first, I don't know, hour and 45 minutes. I don't know, how long is The Conjuring? Wait, let me look that. I want to know what The Conjuring runtime is, because I have no idea. So let's Google it real quick. Oh! There is a second Nun movie coming out. The Nun 2 in 2023. I did not know that. I am actually... Oh! Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, yeah, okay, The Nun is an hour and 36-minute runtime. So, obviously, I didn't look away for an hour and 45 minutes, because that's the whole movie. But they forced the movie, okay? I covered my eyes. And for the last, like, I don't know, half an hour, I was like, yeah, okay. But my ex was really caring, and she knew I was terrified of it. I really only went because my friend's ex-girlfriend, she kind of guilt tripped me into going. Like, I made it known I didn't want to go see that movie because I was terrified of it. And she messaged me, and she's like, you know, you should really go. I think everyone wants to see it. I think you'd have a lot of fun. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll go. I'll power through. Why the fuck not? And then my mom, she knew I went to see it, and she decided to have a little bit of fun. So when I got home, it was pitch black. My backlights were off. Everything was pitch black. She decided to text me a picture of the nun of her face. And I pulled out my phone, and I'm not gonna lie, I shut down. My body just shut down. Like, you know, if anyone that has this fear of clowns, and you see a clown, your body just kind of shuts down. That's what it's like for me. I saw the nun, and I was like, haha, nope. And my brain, everything just shut down in my head. It was just gone. So, Conjuring 2, Nun, scary. The Nun, still scary, but the movie itself, like, who in the movie is just kind of meh. I don't know. It's like, it's one of the lower ends of, like, the Conjuring movie timeline, and I don't know why. That movie had a lot more potential to be scary. It definitely did, but I think they just relied on the fact that she was, like, really scary, like, herself, that the movie didn't really need to rely on anything else. Because I remember in early 2018, when the movie was yet to release, they were literally putting ads on YouTube that were like, online trailers of the Nun had been removed because people are being too scared. Like, I remember seeing those commercials, and that was like, well, maybe not want to see that movie. I was like, no, let's not see this movie. It's like the scariest movie ever. And almost everybody that went to that movie was like, dude, this is like not the scariest movie. Now, if you like the movie, you like the movie. I mean, I don't know. Just even me, I'm not a big. My horror movies are slasher types like Halloween and Friday the 13th, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not one for demonic paranormal movies. They terrify me to no extent. But it's just that movie alone. Like, they hyped that movie up to be like the scariest movie ever, and it wasn't. It was. I won't say it was mid. It did have its scary moments, but they definitely used her too much. Like, they showed her off way too much in that movie to actually make her scary. Because by the end of the movie, she was not scary because, like, I'll say it again, I became desensitized by it. Now, obviously, if I could avoid watching any of those two movies she's in, I'm going to. I'm not going to watch them regardless, because fuck that. I'm so scared of her. Like, I'm not trying to come out here and back, I'm big and brave and not scared. I'm scared of the Nun. What I'm not scared of is the movie itself. I'm not. So, I'm actually getting chills right now. I'm, like, terrified. So, but that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to do another one where we talked about another movie that traumatized me. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Consider subscribing. See you later. Stay awesome.